Here we go. Ooh, that's about 6 months worth of dust on that thing. I'll just do it the right way. It's been sitting in my closet for a while, right? There's a reason for that. I'll try to extend it out here without screwing it up. All right, come on. Where's it at? Right there, right there. Okay. Please don't break. Right there. Okay, I'm going to do a little test with the V3i. Powered up here. 10.28 volts. Looking good to me. Give it a couple taps there. And let's see if I can remember how to use this machine here. I'll go to programs here. Enter. I'm in high pro right now because I used to use my V3i with my headphones on in mixed mode audio, mixed mode pro, and that's one of my favorite programs because you get, it's so awesome. It's such an awesome feature. You have your accept in one ear and your reject in the other ear, and when you swing over a target, man, it just synchronizes right in your head, man. That's what I really like about the V3i, man. That mixed mode audio is just absolutely amazing. If you guys have never experienced that, get somebody to put that in that mode there for you on the V3i, and it'll just blow your mind. But I can't show you how mixed mode audio works because you have to have your headphones on. You know, it doesn't do it with the speakers. You have to have your right and left ear, you know, so it just doesn't work without headphones. But I'll go coin and jewelry, right? And I'll go to just start hunting here. Transmit frequency, I'm in single frequency, but I'll change that. I'll actually stay in 22.5 kilohertz. So, but I'll have to change my filter. I don't have my filter on this program yet. See, this machine is so customizable that I forgot how to use it. You know, I haven't used it in so many months, but I have a lot of hours on this machine here, right? I'll swing over the iron there. I don't know what my recovery speed is at. I don't know anything. I actually have it set a little bit too long here, so right here. Right there. Okay. Just bear with me here, all right? I'll get to it eventually. It's all out of whack. You know, if you haven't used this machine in a while, you forget how to even ground balance the thing. I do remember how to ground balance it because I've ground balanced so much. You hold the trigger down, push enter, then release the enter button, and then release the trigger. That's how you ground balance the machine. See, it's all out of whack. And with this V3i, man, you can get it really unstable and get your settings all screwed up if you really don't know how to use it. I actually used this for a lot of hours back when I had a V3, and then this is my upgrade to the V3. They're pretty much the same machine. I've ran a VX3, a DFX, XLT, all the older White's machines. I mean, I live just down the road from White's Electronics, where they manufacture these at, actually just a few miles away. So I'll try to remember, I'll actually go into the special menu here. I'll try to go to the expert menu here. I'll go to enter here, and then configure right here. It gets really confusing here. I'll try to remember where it's at here. I'll go to, I'm on the right coil, because you have to select the coils for this machine here, 4x6 coil there. I'll actually go to, gosh, man, it's been so long. Oh my Lord, configure. Filter and speed, okay, the filter, that's a big thing. Filter and speed, you know, you really want it really go into a lot of settings with filter and speed. So I'll open that menu up here, and actually go back. Gosh, it's been so long since I ran this machine, man. You know, you can, this machine is so customizable. It's a really good machine, but it's just too confusing if you haven't used it in a while. And it took me a lot of hours to learn all the menus on this stuff. I still don't know everything about it, but I'll try to figure it out here. Configure. Oh gosh, it's been so long, man. I forgot how to use my V3i again. It only takes a couple days to forget your settings and stuff on the V3i. Live search screen. Oh man, I just can't remember. Oh my lord. Go out of that. Oh boy. Okay, I'm just gonna do away with that here. Transmit frequency. Jeez. Okay, I forgot how to use my V3i. Yeah, don't hate me. But okay, I'll get to it. Oh boy, what the heck, man? It's not in audio. Threshold, no, it's not in here. See, there's just so many freaking menus on this machine, sub menus, that if you haven't used it in a while, there's just no way, man. There's no way to run this machine if you forgot how to even ground balance. I mean, even ground balancing the machine, it takes 4 different buttons, right? Or 3 different buttons: the trigger, the enter button, and then you got to remember, you got to hold the trigger down, push enter while you're holding the trigger down, then release enter, and then release the trigger, and then it ground balances, right? And it's just, there's a lot of stuff on this machine that just doesn't make sense, you know. But there's only just a few buttons here, so it's a digital machine, you know. It's I'm not gonna be able to set this machine up today, right? And the user manual for that is like this thick. Not kidding, it's that thick, right? This thing has so many freaking sub menus that, but you can customize that to make it a shorter menu. You can customize the freaking colors, the background screen, how big the font is, how big the text is. You can zoom on this stuff. You can zoom in on the whatever multi-frequency, yeah, mumbo jumbo, yeah. Okay, let's see if we can go to a different program here. I think I might have another program set up here. Yeah. Let's try it. Let's see if I have it set up here. No. Program select, audio level tone, no. Oh my lord. Yeah. It's definitely not set up. But you can actually adjust your pinpoint sensitivity on this thing, right? You can adjust your RX gain and your pinpoint, your all metal, basically your direct current, non-motion. Do I just want to bore you guys or what? I forgot how to use my freaking V3i. I mean, big time. It's been so long since I used this machine, right? How in the hell do I get to my settings here? Right? My ground tracking. I don't think it's my ground tracking. No, it's not. Oh. I'm not going to read the freaking user manual either. It's just not worth it, man. I have spent more time actually reading the manual for this thing than I've actually been detecting really good stuff with this machine. I have all the coils for it. I used it for a lot of hours, but it's been 6 months since I used this machine, and it's been like 2 years since I actually really hunted with it, you know, hunted with it quite a bit. And yeah, I think it might be discrimination. You know, hot rock, bottle cap reject, there's a filter right there. Okay, the ground filter. This is what has a lot to do with it. You know, you can change your filter on this machine. Oh, that's right, I can't be in it. I'll just try it here, right? You know, with the V3i, I'm not trying to be a smart ass or anything, but with V3i, you just about need a PhD in metal detecting. If you are just beginning to get in metal detecting, and you get yourself a V3i, you're gonna hate metal detecting, right? You're gonna think that all machines are like this. No machine on earth is as complicated as the V3i. There's so many settings on the V3i. You know, if you got a couple detectors, you know, if you even have a dais, you know, the dais is super simple. I mean, it's like a toy compared to this machine, right? This thing is so complicated that even when you're out in the field and you don't have your manual like in your backpack, you forget where the menus are at, the sub menus, you know. It took me quite a bit just to learn how to ground balance this machine, right? And, you know, ground balancing machines are pretty important, you know, the older machines. I'm not trying to be a smart ass, but this machine is many, many years old. This machine is, you know, this technology is very old, but back then, this machine was top of the line for many years. You know, a lot of people might just disagree, but it's the only thing that we had back then, you know. This thing was so far advanced, so far beyond its age, so far beyond its era that it's still a good machine, right? It's still a good machine. Sure, if you know how to work it, but all machines, you know, detect metal. And if you're sitting there pushing your buttons and reading the manual for like 6 months before you even are able to use the machine, you know, sure, the user presets are really good, but once you start messing with those presets and you start adjusting the menus and making your own custom menus, you know, you're going to really get into the V3i and you're really going to like it. But then once these guys come in with their Equinoxes and their Simplexes or the Amphibios or their Technetics machines or their Fishers or whatever the machines, you'll realize that you have a really old machine. Sure, this machine does get a lot of good stuff. It's got me a lot of good relics and a lot of silvers. But the newer machines are just so simple to use, and they're way, way more better. User-friendly. Sure, it'll smack relics out, it'll smack good targets out, but it's just a metal detector, right? And when you're sitting there pushing your buttons for half an hour when you get to a site before you even start swinging your metal detector, you just wasted a half an hour of your life, man. These machines nowadays have all these filters in the programs preset, right? So this thing has a lot of different programs that you can all customize, and all the color and background, but is really all that needed, you know, to have you can change colors and stuff and the themes of the screen there, and you can put your name on the detector, and you know, is it all needed? No, it's not, because we're detecting, right? We're trying to get stuff out of the ground. We're not like playing with our phone or anything, you know. This thing is, don't get me wrong, I really like this machine, but it sits in my closet for a reason. There is that much dust on it for a reason, because my other machines are so much more easier to use and they're much more effective. And I only have to have like 1 or 2 coils for my other machines. This machine, you know, the big coils are really heavy. The big coils are really heavy. I mean, this is like a pretty heavy machine. You know, the batteries are really big, and you know, the settings, like I showed you, the settings are just so many sub-menus on this machine. If you want a machine that's going to perform, get a newer machine, one that's been produced, you know, or manufactured or designed or engineered in the last few years. You know, any machine. I mean, any machine. It's going to outdo this machine big time for the recovery rate. You know, you're going to get a lot more fines with a newer machine because they're simpler to use. Even the Deus, by far. I mean, the Deus is like a toy, like I said, compared to this machine, because this machine is just so complicated. It takes so long to adjust your like recovery speed, or to adjust your to even ground balance this machine. You know, it takes a little bit of doing to get this thing ground balanced right. There's machines out there that are newer. I'm just going to turn this machine off here. It's not going to happen today with the V3i, right? I thought I was going to be able to do it, but I failed. I'm sorry. If you guys have a V3i and you know how to use it, more power to you, man. I know the V3i is still a good machine, and if you know how to use it, and it's your only machine that you're using, you can get targets out. But you know what? If you start using other machines, you'll get more out of the ground. Don't just use one machine. Don't get stuck to one machine. You know, I have a lot of comments on my machine or on my videos. You know, you know, they don't like my video, or they, you know, they say that, you know, say this or that. You know, I'm not biased to one machine, man. You can get more out of the ground with different coils and different machines. If you're stuck with one machine, you know, they're like a lot of these Equinox users, you know, they think they can go behind anybody with any detector and go find stuff, more stuff. Sure, that might be. But you know what? Tomorrow might be a different story. Tomorrow might be a different story. You get in different situations, and that Equinox will not perform. You know, I am not stuck to one machine, man. If you're stuck to one machine, you're very limited. And get different coils, different machines, put it in different frequencies, go to different sites, hunt with different people, and then you'll start getting more out of the ground. But if you want a V3i, get a different machine. You know, this machine is many, many years old. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.